acidification of the ocean, and COVID-19. Thus, we can perhaps identify at some level with orca communities who are threatened, indeed in the case of the West Coast community, poised for extinction of their ancestral line. Of course, ultimately, we, every individual of every species on this planet, are all in this together. Humans have been slow to recognise this, but more and more that central fact is impacting our lives. Natalie's book is as wide-ranging as orca are on their daily travels, with plenty of science and stories of individual orca who matter to the people who share their coastlines. The Last Sunset in the West offers a comforting tribute to Britain's last orca pod, but it's also a rallying cry that we all need to do more if we want to keep alive the magic of wild orca and other species in the ocean. Planet Ocean, our shared ocean. Eric Hoyt. Introduction. Orca are the ocean's apex predator and most sentient inhabitant, an animal that has since time immemorial fascinated, scared, intrigued and inspired humankind. They have been given many names, but the most common are orca and killer whale. As the largest member of the dolphin family, they are not actually a whale at all, but it is commonplace to refer to them as such. Regional names are also used, such as the Gallic Madajuan, which is how they are known in the Hebrides. Blackfish and kakowin are commonly used in the Pacific Northwest by local and indigenous cultures. While researchers who love and respect them most commonly use killer whale, it is increasingly viewed as pejorative, and there is a public desire to move away from it. The term killer whale came from Spanish sailors who saw them hunting larger whales in groups. They called them asesina ballenas, meaning whale killers, but somewhere along the line, noun and adjective were switched to become killer whale. Their scientific Latin name is Orcinus orca, where Orcinus translates as the kingdom of the dead, and orca as a kind of whale, which conjures up unfortunate images of them as deadly, ferocious, heartless creatures who kill for pleasure. Having spent many years learning about them, observing them in the wild, and analysing countless hours of drone footage, there is no denying their hunting prowess, but they are so much more complex. I have found them to be compassionate, altruistic, intelligent, playful, and capable of an emotional depth that rivals our own. Therefore, in this book, I refer to them simply as orca. Who are we to judge them on the basis of their hunting techniques when we, as humans, are capable of so much worse? Orca are found all over the world, in every single ocean, some 50,000 individuals who range from the tropics to the poles. But it is the frigid, fertile waters of the northern and southern hemisphere's high latitudes that they are particularly fond of. Some populations spend their entire lives offshore, while some roam huge stretches of coastline in search of their prey, and others prefer to stick to the same location throughout their lives. The British Isles are blessed with a truly spectacular abundance of marine life. In spring and summer, the seas are rich with plankton blooms that support a huge number of fish, including sharks and marine mammals such as seals, dolphins, and even large whales like minke, humpback, and the occasional sperm whale. It is not well known for its populations of orca, but we are lucky enough to experience plenty of sightings every year. An increasing number of sightings occur around Orkney and Shetland in the north, and occasionally on the east coasts of Scotland too. These are predominantly of a community known as the Northern Isles community. Your best bet for seeing them is in July or November in Shetland, but there is a chance you could see them in any other month. We also get our Viking visitors, or migratory orca from Iceland, who are predominantly fish eaters, but every summer some come over to feast on seal pups. About 30 or so individuals are known to split their time between Iceland and Shetland and Orkney, depending on what food they are eating. This represents only a very small fraction of the Icelandic population, and it isn't really known why only a handful make the journey.